Today we're going to be doing a quick overview of the install of the Cure from Rough Stuff. The reason I picked this up was because I have a dead spot in my steering. I think the biggest contributor to that is that I have tie rod roll, because I'm running a ZJ drag link with a upgraded tie rod. Okay. Start off by taking out the cotter pin, taking a 3/4 inch socket, taking the castle nut, spinning it around, thread that back on if I can. You gotta be kidding me. So this lip right here is riding on the face of my tie rod and I can't expand it over it. This is like really hard polyurethane or some type of plastic. So what I'm going to do is just sand or file down this lip and have the face ride right on the face of the tie rod end. Okay, this is taking too long. Just a little bit there. More of these threads or what? After a couple different attempts, I found that the Rough Stuff Cure will not work with my Rusty's HD tie rod end because of the tie rods. The housing doesn't line up with the grooves that are on the Cure, so I shaved those down. Now I was able to get this installed, but without the rubber boot that holds all the grease in and keeps the contaminants out on the tie rod. I was able to test drive it, and yeah, it seemed to kind of clean up a little bit of the slop. Nothing I'd say is remarkable, but like I said, I didn't really try it much because I didn't like the idea of driving without the boot for a very, very long time. So I opted to take this out and put the boot back on. Now, I'll be honest, I stripped out a couple castle nuts trying to get this to work with the boot and without the boot. This just sits the pin for the tie rod tapered pin that goes through the drag link. It just doesn't sit out far enough for the castle nut to fully seat and for you to put a cotter pin through the castle. So I'm gonna have to say that, you know, under normal circumstances, if you're riding factory tie rod ends, this could work. Or if you want to bump up to the 1 ton, I think the 1 ton might be a little overkill for what I have because I still have the factory taper. So all in all, this could be a viable solution for people who still have factory steering. It did not work for me. The hole for the Cure was the right taper, the right diameter. However, it just would not fit on the length of the tie rod pin, the tapered part that goes through the drag link. So I stripped out a couple of castle nuts trying to make this work. I tried it without the dust boot, but I was just not comfortable leaving a steering component open to the elements like that to either lose grease or to have dust and debris go into. It seems like it's pretty straightforward install, 10-15 minutes tops, as long as your tire rod comes out and doesn't spin out on you, and as long as the tie rod pin, the tapered part, has enough length to it, this should work. But all in all, I'm going to have to pass on this. I think I'm just going to eventually upgrade to better steering anyway, some crossover steering or something like that. Only time will tell. So if you have any questions, comments, put those down below. If I did it wrong, let me know too. We're all learning.